black skin, white mask. Already know that life gets hard. And they say that we're used to the harshness. If it wasn't for the pain, I'd laugh. Truth is we knew about light before dark. Turned music to art and taught everyone to dance. And still no chance. Freedom must be too much to ask. Bleeding from the ache in my heart. Sometimes I wish it was whites in the middle like France. No, I'm not racist, just jarred. Got hate before bush, not plants. They say we should leave it all in the past, but my brother's still dying on the end, so I can't. So if my attitude stinks, don't ask, cause a hashtag won't help you understand my stance. Fuck a melody, this is real rap if you ever see. Head hot, cause the system won't let me be. Tell me how I thrive in a place that don't cherish me. And they wonder why we all need therapy. Pre the energy, yeah, just another nigga to Penelope. And they don't get it how we bottom of the barrel and still drip sauce on the world, no recipes. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
We are oppressed, we are exploited, we are downtrodden, we are denied not only civil rights but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Forgive me if you don't understand. Sorry, I'm just misunderstood. Punished if I try to take a stand. Meanwhile, my friends dying in the hood. And you can say that we're killing ourselves, but truth is they're killing us still. How you saying Black Lives Matter, but never took a moment to help. Just a trend that you post for yourself. And yeah, it takes a toll on my health, cause I want wealth like everyone else. But it's 10 times harder for me. And they wonder why my brothers put food on a scale. Yeah, when I die, I'll see heaven, that's real. Cause we already living in hell. Wish I could share all the pain I felt. Oh well, I guess I won't speak till my scars do heal. I just wanna be black with a mill. Yeah, that's for every time I had no meals. Cause my mother couldn't keep up the bills. With a handful of kids, no home, just a cell. And I don't care if conscious don't sell. Knowledge brings height to an elf. Went from sitting on thrones to a cell. Been blessed, man, it wasn't by chance we fell. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Yeah, this is real life. Kaa kimya skia. Real talk. We're coming from the ghetto. Kinondoni, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania mpaka UK. The world finest. Yeah, pambana kijana. Life is too hard, life is too short. Shaa kwa nango cha ghetto. Usikate tamaa. Jua kwamba ipo siku tutatoboa. Tutatoka. Gang for life.
I am the true name, true name.
Yes, blessed love, his time is up. Family, once again, we are here Wow, it's been such an eventful week. I can't even fathom it at the moment. It's been so crazy eventful. It's unbelievable. Honestly. Look, I can't even begin. Let's talk about that afterwards. We are basically going to go straight into what we're going to go into. I only just was able to get the StreamYard going again. Do you remember last week we had that horrible duck logo? It was terrible. And it was right at kind of 3 minutes to 9 that I realized that the whole thing was working again. So I've literally been going, trying to get it all sorted and so on and so forth. So let us continue. I am able to do overlays, which I'm probably going to upload during the course of what we're doing, because I didn't have time to do it before. It just wasn't working. You see these people? I should cancel my subscription, really, but I've just renewed it. And here we are again, back in the His Time Is Up living room, back where we're supposed to be, people. It's going to be a nice live tonight. It's going to be an eventful live. And we are definitely going to be hearing from the young sister that should have come on about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think. She is backstage waiting. We are going to be talking tonight. I've not had a chance to upload or whatever, but I'll do that while sister's talking. So guys, without further ado, even my lighting's off. Without further ado, guys, please welcome to the His Time Is Up stage, Sister J, as we're going to call her tonight. And I want you to give her a really big His Time Is Up welcome, honestly, because it takes a brave soul to come on this platform and to speak their truth. It really, really does, especially with all the vitriol that comes our way, all the vitriol that comes to the way of the victims, comes across the victims. All of it is madness. You understand? But give a big His Time Is Up welcome to Sister J. Welcome, Jay. Welcome, sis.
Hello, hi.
How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'm just going to have to share my screen. Or let me just try and do what we do, actually. I think I'm able to upload it. Like I said, we've had some technical difficulties going forward. So hopefully we're at the end of that now. I usually show a picture for those that haven't seen the social media. A lot of our subscribers and followers don't always have social media. They just come to YouTube on a Friday night. So if you give me a moment, I'm able to, yes. There we go. And I can show who we're talking about tonight, because that's important. And for those of you who don't know, we're going to be talking about Michael Ward. That's who we're speaking about tonight. As a side issue, we are also going to be talking about his brethren, Christian Craft, as well. But as I said, that's a side issue. The main topic for tonight is Michael Ward. Sis, just tell us in your own words how you know Michael Ward, and take it from there, really.
So basically what happened was in 2021, I was invited to his birthday party by the Christian Craft.
Okay.
And that was done via Instagram DM. So I didn't know Christian, I didn't know Michael, but they had Christian had sent me obviously a flyer in my direct messages on Instagram to come. So at the time I was like, all right, I don't see a problem with going. It didn't look like unprofessional, weird. It was in a club. It wasn't like a private party in a house anywhere. So I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go and see what it's like.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that now, I basically had called my friend and I said to her at the time, I'm going to include her name as well, Reena.
Okay.
I had told her to, you know, does she want to accompany me to go? She was like, yeah, she'll come with me. So when we had now planned to go out and go to this venue, Christian messaged me on WhatsApp and he said, can I get both of your names for the guest list? Because this is a private party. Now, this is something that is to be noted because a lot of people in the media are saying it's like an open nightclub. So whatever happened doesn't matter. But it wasn't an open nightclub. Not just anyone could walk up in there. It was 100% private. So everybody on the guest list was known. Moving on. Me and my friend now, we make our way there and we get there too early. So they said on the flyer to be there for about 9 p.m. We get there for 10 and there's nobody inside the club. So I already kind of get a bit suspicious in my spirit. I already felt off, but I just thought, let me ask the security guard if I can leave and come back, because I was just going to go out and get drinks. And it's funny because normally I don't drink in clubs. And it's so crazy that this happened to me, because I actually do not like to drink in clubs. I rather go outside, get my own little Hennessy bottle, drink, and then go back in the club. Because it's a more controlled way to drink without people troubling my drinks. So when I speak to the security guard now, I think he realized what me and my friend were trying to do. So he's like, no, you can't leave. And he's insisting. So it's just us two girls being told by this huge security guard that we're not allowed to leave. So from there, I already knew that.
Just one second, yeah. I'm going to come out a minute, but I can still hear you. I'm backstage.
Yeah.
That's all. I just need to fix something, okay? But we can still hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Right?
So at that point now, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to just stay, because he warns me and he says, if you leave, you're not going to be able to make entry back inside the venue again. So I thought there's no point, because I've came at least 1 hour, 30 minutes away from my home. There's literally no point me leaving to have nowhere else to go. I would have wasted my time. So me and my friend, we're walking, and he's trying to direct us where to sit, because we go and sit by some bar or we sit somewhere, and he tells us we can't sit there, we should go and sit over there, that's where we need to sit. So he's literally bullying us into where we should sit. And I was thinking, that's strange, because normally bouncers or security guards don't really care to tell people where to sit, especially when the club is empty. They don't really do that until the guests come, or people who bought tables come, they move them and whatnot. So I was confused by that, and I noticed he points and gets me to sit at Michael's table, and his table was specifically his table because it had like the birthday balloons, it had the whole setup. And I was kind of thinking, no, I'm not going to sit there, because I'm not a beg, and I'm not going to sit somewhere where I don't know this person. But the security guard was insisting. So my friend at the time, Reena, she was very much interested in Michael. She wanted to go and sit next to, sit near his table or whatnot. She didn't care. But I remember telling her, no, let's just sit to the side and ignore this guy, just ignore him. So we're sitting there now, and it's a good hour or 2 hours, and there's still no people there. I'm getting a bit frustrated, and I'm already not enjoying the night. I wanted to leave. And
sorry, we've got some feedback, haven't we? Okay, go ahead, babe.
Yeah, so after that now, me and her are sitting down, and there's barely any people coming into the venue. I see one girl that I knew, and I walk up to her and I say, oh, I noticed you've been going in and out, because what she was doing is she was leaving the venue and going outside and coming back in, bringing friends in. So I said, oh, we haven't been allowed to leave, but I noticed you're going up and down. And she said, oh, the security guard hasn't told me anything. So then that's at that given moment, I knew that I was low-key targeted. Like, the security guard was just had a vendetta against me, but there was some sort of target against me and my friend. At the time, I felt it, because I was like, that's strange. But I didn't think too much of it. I went and sat back down, and
I don't know what's happening there. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm trying. Okay, go ahead, sis.
Yeah, so I went and sat back down, and when I went to sit back down now, more people start coming in. So the guests are all coming, and they're all coming in at once, which is quite weird, but everyone just comes in now. I think it's about 12 a.m. So we got there for 10. We probably waited for 2 hours till it got fully packed. And from about 12 a.m., everyone had arrived. And obviously now this terrible person, Michael, he walks up to me and my friend directly, and he's like, oh, hi, what's your name? And I tell him my name. My friend obviously tells him her name. She's excited now, because obviously he noticed her and he went up to her to go talk to her. I didn't really care, but I did think it was kind of strange that from he entered the building, he decided to walk up to two strange girls. Like, there's nothing wrong with being friendly, but I just thought it was weird. Like, he walked up to us like he knew us, or like somebody told us we were there. So I thought it was really odd. But anyways, moving on now. The night goes on, and I'm sitting at this table. He's dancing. Everyone's dancing. I'm not dancing. I'm seeing people acting out of pocket, like just really synthetically. How can I explain it? They're like synthetically having fun. It feels like it's being fueled by substances. It's not natural. So it's like they just seem really overtly energizing. It was a bit scary, because they're doing things that people don't normally do. So they're like jumping from table to table, like on the floor, like moving really fast. And like, he came to our table and he was doing that. Like, when he was at the table, he was sweating, he had no shirt on. I did post a video of that on on my TikTok, but he was sweating, he had no shirt on, he was really acting out. And I just get up. I literally get up and I'm like, no, this is disgraceful. So when I get up, my friend is like, oh, we're gonna leave this table. I was like, yeah, I want to walk around. I can't stay in this one place. It's too much energy going on and people are not being friendly. Like, people are having fun, but they're also being really unfriendly while having fun. So it's weird. It's not like there's any conversations going on. Nobody's talking to each other. It's really strange. So we moved to the bar area now. And while we're standing at the bar, we noticed that a group of guys from that table, from Michael's table, follow us. When they follow us now, they're obviously saying, hi, like, what's up with you guys? We noticed you left the table. I said, yeah, because nobody's talking to us. Like, what's the point of us sitting there and nobody's acknowledging our existence? I'm getting ready to go home. So at that point, it was literally about 1:30 a.m. in the morning. I was getting ready to leave, like, and these guys were like, no, there's only like 30 minutes left until the club closes. I think the club closed at about 2 o'clock or 2:30, but he was like, there's only a bit of time left until this party is over. You might as well sit with us and we can get you some drinks. So then I was kind of side-eyeing him, but I was thinking, I'm not going to drink from any cup that this guy gives me. I'm not drinking from nothing. So I noticed that they bring over a bottle and they say, do you want to drive the boat? So they give the bottle to my friend, and basically driving the boat, I have to explain it, is when basically they hold the bottle up, so the actual bottle of alcohol, to your mouth, and then it basically like spills out in your mouth, but it doesn't touch your mouth. I can't explain it, but they do it with multiple people, and normally it's just straight alcohol that will come out of the bottle. It's not mixed with anything, and normally it's only a small amount of alcohol, so they can't even pour too much because it will literally spill all over you. So it's impossible to get drunk from driving the boat. Moving on now.
Right.
This Xavier guy, he basically is Michael Ward's best friend, so it's important to keep note of him as well, because he plays a huge part in the spiking. But Xavier is talking it up with my friend when we're back at this table, and I noticed that she's not really paying me any mind anymore. She's speaking with the whole group, and we sit down. Keep in mind, at this point we haven't drank anything yet, so I'm going to try and explain this as detailed as possible, because after this I was gone, so everything else is a little bit choppy after that. But she's speaking to Xavier. Xavier's around his friend group talking, and I'm kind of in a corner to myself, just looking around, observing the scenery. So she's not having any conversation with me. She's having conversations with them. She comes and sits over, and he basically brings over a bottle, and the bottle is empty. It looked like a Hennessy bottle, or one of those bottles, or Ciroc, one of those type of bottles. It's empty. There's not a lot of alcohol in it. So it was literally just finishing. He gives the bottle to Reena and basically pours it over her mouth. She drinks some. And then after that, I turn around and then Reena's like, you want some? And then I'm like, yeah, why not? He passes the bottle my way and then he pours it down my mouth. I drink some. After that, I basically am thinking, oh, nothing's wrong. Like, I just had a bit of alcohol. It's not too much. You know, I'm not thinking anything of it. I never thought it would be spiked. I just thought it would be impossible for even a bottle like that to be spiked. So it was so strange that right after that happened, I was on the floor. Literally 5 minutes later, I was on the floor. I woke up to security guards lifting me up and to guys coming like off, or like I was on the floor and there was guys on top of me. So there was like a security guard lifting me up and guys that were like coming up off of me, multiple guys. Till this day, I don't remember their faces. I cannot, if I was told, can you point out who was on top of you? I can't. But I was on that floor in that short amount of time. And my friend was nowhere to be seen. So even when you look at that scenario, my best friend is supposed to be running and saying, oh, are you okay, Jordan? She's still talking to Xavier, and in their circle, Xavier and Michael, she's around them, while I'm flat out on the floor.
That sounds very strange.
Yeah, she was nowhere. It was security guards and girls, random girls that were lifting me up. And that is such a crazy moment to me because I didn't even realize it at the time. But thinking about it now, I think like, no, this girl was definitely behind setting me up. Because my friend could never be flat out on a club floor. That's embarrassing. That's weird. And I don't care. I'm literally not attending to her. Or trying to see if she's okay or getting her an Uber, nothing. So moving on now. Michael was spinning around the club acting crazy. He definitely was on a few pills or something. But it is the end of the obviously club now. They tell everybody get out, you know, go home. And I'm in a daze, so I can't. At these points, I'm blacking in and out of consciousness, so I can only speak from what I can remember when I was conscious. If I was not conscious, I personally believe I was sexually assaulted because there was men on top of me in the club, but I wouldn't know. I don't speak on what I don't 100% know. I can only speak on what I can remember. So from this point now, I do remember waddling my way out of the club. My vision was really impaired. It was so bad. And I do remember being outside on my own. My friend was not with me. She was behind me. So she came behind me when I left the club, but I was outside on my own. So she was walking out with me, but I was way ahead of her. I didn't have anyone accompanying me. Like, there was no guys around me. It was just me on my own in the middle of the street. I do remember there was a guy in my face saying some nonsense, and I was screaming because I think I had a shoe on, or I didn't have my shoes on. So I was screaming that somebody get my Rick Owens or get my trainers at the time. And she comes out now and she's like, oh no, oh no. And I noticed she's like startled, and I'm screaming, somebody get my Rick Owens, somebody get my Rick Owens. And she's like, okay. And then she runs in and gets it for me. So she doesn't even say, what's wrong with you? What's going on? There's no concern. She's just kind of like, yeah, I'm going to go get your shoes. And that's it. So I'm still outside now on my own. And I'm not speaking to the guy that was in my face. He was saying some rubbish about coming home with us. And I don't know what rubbish he was saying. But he goes now, and Michael's in my face. He's saying a lot of disgusting stuff, really dirty stuff to me. I'm looking at him. And I was responding, and then he screams and he's like, get this girl in a car, put her in a car right now, put her in one of our sprinters, like she's coming home with me. That's what he says, really loud. So then my friend runs out now, and then she now acknowledges that something is wrong, because she starts saying, no, something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with her. And she pulls me away from him. But his friends were still actively trying to put me in one of the sprinters. So even when she pulls me away, his friends are literally trying to lift me up and put me in a sprinter, and I'm barely walking. I'm waddling. I still got these heels on. I did not even put the trainers on. I'm waddling, and at that point I lose consciousness, and I wake up to the guy. I'm literally right in front of the sprinter truck, and one of the guys, one of his friends, was trying to lift me up and put me in there in that disgusting state.
Wow.
And my friend literally was like, no. And then Xavier is talking to Michael. I don't know what they were saying, but he must have been speaking to Michael. She's now standing there and she's like, don't put her in there. There's something wrong. They're like, okay. But it's like she was arguing with the guy. The guy was insisting to put me in, which was crazy. I'm literally flat on the floor, looking up at two people just arguing with each other. And then she lifts me up now, and Xavier lifts me up. But instead of them calling an ambulance, because at this point I've passed out at least about 2 times from what I can remember. 2 times, flat on concrete floor. So nobody's called an ambulance. Nobody said, okay, we're going to take her home. She knew my mom. There was no calls to my parents, nothing. She decides now to take me in Xavier's car. Xavier, by the way, is Michael's best friend. So he's Michael's best friend. He's the one that actually gave me the bottle, but he never made advances towards me because Xavier was more focused on talking to Reena, and Reena was talking to him.
Okay.
Yeah. So the one that was trying to put me in a car or orchestrated to get me taken away was Michael. He's the one that was shouting, put her in a car, to the point where his friends were arguing with my friend at the time, which makes no sense, because why are they so forceful to put me in a car in that state? I don't get it.
And it wasn't to get you help or take you to the hospital or anything
No,
like that?
they were going to an AP, because she told me that the next day when I gained consciousness. She told me a lot of this information is what she was even telling me, because I was passed out half of the time.
So they were going to an AP, meaning after party?
Yeah, after party. Apartment. So it was an apartment thing. Because the club closed kind of, I wouldn't say early, but like 2 a.m. is kind of still an early night.
Yeah, of course.
For some people. So and they were waiting outside the club to pick up girls and do whatever. So after that now, I'm passed out. Reena's lifting me up with Xavier, and then Xavier has a friend now, which is, I'm just gonna call him Good Samaritan because I don't know his name, but he's the driver. So Good Samaritan now is basically trying to carry me, and Reena is basically walking with Xavier, talking. I don't know what their conversation consisted of, but they throw me in the front seat of the car, and they're in the back seat. And Good Samaritan now, he's basically the whistleblower. He screams out because he's not friends with Michael or any of these guys. He's friends with Xavier. So he's more of like an outside person. He's
Right.
screaming really, really loud at the top of his voice. Someone spiked this girl. We need to take her to hospital. She's like, literally, she's in my front seat. She's going unconscious every minute. Like, she's conscious, then not conscious. Like, he had to be shaking me. It was so bad. He was like, no, like, someone spiked her. Look at her. And they're not saying anything in the back.
No response, no reaction to what he's saying or anything.
No, they're not responding. It's like they're sworn to silence. Silence.
This includes your friend, right?
Pardon?
This includes your friend as well. She's not.
Yeah,
really
she's not saying a word. She's not even saying, "Oh, I'm gonna call her mom." Nothing. She's not, because she knows my mom. She was staying at my house. So it's not like she's one of those friends that's not really close to my family. Like, she was literally sleeping at my house. So she could have easily called her and it would have been easy. But no, like, she wasn't saying a word. So the driver now, aka Good Samaritan, he ends up driving to obviously Xavier's apartment. When we get to say Xavier's apartment now, I'm obviously in and out of consciousness at this point. And basically, I remember being in the bathroom, and I must have locked myself in there because I remember waking up on the bathroom floor and people banging on the door. They were banging on the door, and basically the guy opens the door, and no, I opened the door to the guy, and then he's basically like wiping off my mouth because there was vomit everywhere. So I was just on the ground with like vomit, and he's like cleaning me up. Reena's nowhere to be seen, and Xavier's nowhere to be seen. So they're not really caring. They don't care. So it's just this random guy just trying to help me because he could see I'm in a terrible state. Like,
he seemed like the one with the conscience. That's what it seems like. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that actually is a decent human being. But yeah, he kept even trying to tell them. Like, I remember he carried me. I don't even think they carried me to the sofa. It looked like he carried my body to a sofa because I woke up on the sofa. He was sitting on the opposite sofa far away from me, cussing to himself.
Right.
Like, he was like cussing like a little old man. He was like, these people are idiots. And that's when I woke up and I was conscious in that moment, I knew that at that point, something happened to me. Like, I was a bit more conscious to understand someone did something to me. Because he was like, these idiots, they left this girl here. I don't want no body on me. I don't want no body. So clearly he's saying if I overdose, he doesn't want to be involved.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be involved. So he comes up to me and he's like shaking me to see if I'm conscious or if I'm alive. I don't know, but he's like shaking my body and he's like, your friend is effing. I don't want to swear on live, but he's like, she's effing. And he was calling her derogatory names, like he was angry, and then he stormed out.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just left there now, in that state. Nobody's around. I'm left in this random man's apartment. It's empty. There's nobody in there. It's just she's in the other room with Xavier, doing sexual acts. So I'm completely just left there like a prop, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so tell us what happened next. What happened after that? So you're left there. She's clearly doing her own thing with Xavier in the other room. No one's really looking about you. Good Samaritan has had enough. He's left.
Yeah.
What happens next?
So after that now, I wake up again. It's early morning now, and I wake up to Reena waking me up, and she's putting the shoes on my feet and like my triggers. I'm so slumped. I'm not even putting like I can barely move my body. So she basically gets an Uber, and she doesn't get an Uber to take me to hospital or home. She gets an Uber to take me to her apartment in Kensington. So it's about 7 a.m. now in the morning, or 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. around those times, maybe like 6 5, 6, 7 a.m. I can't remember. But I do remember it was daylight, and she was in this car, puts me in her apartment now, and she showers, gets ready and stuff, and I'm still slumped on her sofa now. So I'm
Right.
still slumped. I'm not walking. I'm not really. It's weird. Like, I'm regaining the level of consciousness, but my body is still really slumped. It was weird. So
Well, that's kind of the nature of date rape drugs. You kind of drift in and out of consciousness. It depends on the dose. Some people, they give you a big dose, it will knock you completely out. You won't wake up for like till the next 2 days or something. And it depends on the dose. But what you're describing sounds very consistent with a date rape drug to me. Go ahead.
Yeah. So at that point now I'm slumped. So I can see now, because at first it was so bad that I literally could barely see, barely move if I was conscious. But I can see now, and I see she's showering, she's putting on her work clothes. She says to me now, I'm going to work. So that's when after I was like, I don't know, man, something's wrong with my body. They spiked me for real. Like, Reena, they really spiked me. Like, even the friend was saying it. The friend was exposing them, like he was shouting it, and I remember him shouting it, and then she was just kind of brushing it off. So she was like, they probably did, but she was kind of brushing off the hardcore facts. She was just kind of like saying, oh, there's a possibility they did, but it will wear off. Or like, she was like, oh, like, it's not that deep, like, you're okay. And I was like, no, I feel like my body's literally, it's not working. Like, my chest was heavy. I was struggling to breathe. It was so weird. Like, so this evil girl puts me in an Uber again, and she takes me to White City. White City Shopping Center?
I know White City,
yeah. The Westfield one. She
Westfield
takes
in
me there.
Yeah.
She takes me there. She was working there at the time, and she gets out of the Uber. She basically runs to a hair shop, which is really weird. Throws a bonnet on my head. I didn't know I looked that bad. I didn't know I looked that bad. She throws a bonnet on my head because my hair is literally soiled in like vomit and dirt. I'm still wearing the same dress from the night ahead. So she doesn't even say, Jordan, I'm going to put you in my trachea and send you to the hospital, or send you home and let your mum help you out, and I'll come and see you at the hospital. Nothing. I'm still in this tight club dress with a bonnet on. And she leaves me in Starbucks and goes to work.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And I was begging her. I said, please, I can't move my body. I feel like something's wrong with my body. I need to be in the hospital. Something is wrong. So basically now, when I'm in the Starbucks, she leaves me, and my phone is still charged. Thank the Lord, because if my phone wasn't charged, I don't know. I would have just been left there. But I basically now call my mum because I'm desperate, and I'm like, Mum, the craziest thing happened to me. I need to go hospital. My mum's really angry. And then she was like, well, you need to go to hospital now. There's no point coming home like this, because we're going to have to send you to hospital anyway. So you need to be in a hospital now. Go to a hospital now. My mum was at work at the time, so she can't leave work. So basically now, I basically was, what happened after that? Yeah, I called Reena and I said to her that I'm stuck in this Starbucks. I can't move. Like, I generally am scared to go home in this state. I have to travel like 1 hour, 30 minutes back to East London. Please, like, can you come back? So then basically now she tells her manager, and then she leaves work. She comes, and then she's like, cool, what are we gonna do? Then I said, listen, like, I can't go home like this. I need to go to a hospital. They spiked me. My body really is, it feels weird. I can't explain it. She was like, okay. So we go in a Uber again now to the hospital. And when we get to the hospital now, she basically wait, hold on, sorry. I've got food on the fire. I've got to
No, that's okay, sis. Take your time.
Yeah. Okay, so I just didn't want any food burning. But yeah, so after that now, we're in a hospital and they put me in a wheelchair. So that's just given. I even have pictures in the wheelchair that I sent to Christian, the organizer. But they literally slapped me in a wheelchair. That's how bad I was. Like, I wasn't walking properly. So when I'm in a wheelchair now, they scoot me over and they do a bunch of things. I can't even remember what they did to me at the hospital. I know that they took bloods. They were injecting me, and they basically sent me home. They literally were like, yeah, we're giving you this pill. They gave me a pill to stop me vomiting because I kept vomiting nonstop. Like I had like constant nausea. So they gave me a pill and then they just sent me home. So once they sent me back now, I basically was speaking to Reena and I was like, okay, where are we gonna go now? So we go back to her place and she's like, oh, you're gonna be all right. And it's probably the guys at the table, one of the guys at the table that spiked you. Then I said, but no, Reena, it was, what about the guy that you were sleeping? And she was boasting about sleeping with the Xavier guy. But I was like, what about that Xavier guy? And what was up with Michael? Like he was sweating like he was on something. And his best friend gave me the drink. I didn't drink from nobody else. And she was like, no, it's not Xavier. It's not here. Then I was like, no, but, and then she's like, no, it's probably one of the other guys. Remember those guys that came and told us to sit back down? Probably one of the other boys there. I said, no, but I didn't drink from them though. They invited me back. So somebody sent them to get us, but they didn't give us a drink. They didn't give me a drink. It was Xavier that gave us the drink. She
Right,
was
so
like, no.
well, let me just clarify a minute, sis, for people that might be a bit confused. I'm going to ask you on air what I asked you off air. If it was the same bottle passing around, how is it that your friend wasn't Spike or nobody else? What do you think happened there? Because it's going from one person to the other, isn't it? So yeah.
That's what I even thought at the time. I was so confused to how she wasn't Spike, but I was. But it's most likely that he could have put because it was even such a small amount of alcohol in the bottom of I got the last of that bottle.
Right.
Nobody else had it after me.
Right.
It was literally an empty bottle. So it's possible he could have, like, when I wasn't looking, slipped. Spiking is so easy to slip things in, and then just no one's gonna, especially because the club is pitch black dark.
There you go. Yeah.
And they don't pick that up on cameras. So it's like that's the only thing I can think of in that moment. And I think that she probably knew.
She might have seen the move, you mean, after the bottle left her. She might have seen the move of, because you're the last person. I'm just imagining this line, one bottle, it gets round to you, and the guy that passes it to you quickly slips a Mickey in while you take it. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, and keep in mind, she was being already sociable, hypersexual. She was down with the crew, but I was being standoffish. I was just looking at them like, yeah. And that's what they do tend to pick people who give off that vibe.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I feel like she already was kind of in on it with them, because she wasn't talking to me. Even when I remember when I was flat on the floor, passed out in the club, she was nowhere to be seen. She didn't care.
Yeah.
She was right in front of me and she was literally ignoring that her friend is on the floor. So it's odd. Like, he probably told her. He probably told her that, and it seemed like a group operation, like Christian, the way that they all work together. I think the only person that was like the whistleblower was the one friend, which was the driver, who doesn't hang around them. And he said it. He said he doesn't hang around them. And it looks like he was picking up that they do this. Like, this is something they do as a group effort. Because he's the only one that said, no, something's wrong. Like, this is bad. The rest of them are very chilled. They were just like, whatever.
It's not a normal response, is it? The Good Samaritan's response is what you would expect from any human being in that situation that didn't know what was going on, you know? But the rest of them, staying quiet while he's saying, what's going on? This girl has been spiked. And everyone's quiet. That's highly suspect to me.
Yeah, everyone's just going on like I'm normal. They're not even seeing me as like sick. They're not even saying let's take her to hospital. They don't care. They're not even treating me like a drunk person. You know, when someone's drunk and they give them water, they are not even giving me water. They don't care. They're not treating me like nothing. So after that, now we leave the hospital and I noticed that she's taking me home. So she even says, oh, do you want to come and chill with me with my friend? Because we've got, like, I'm not going to work, obviously. I left work for you. We've got the rest of the day. So do you want to chill with me with this guy? And it was another guy that she was obviously sleeping with. So she basically now calls the guy. The guy pulls up in his car and I'm sitting in the back seat, but I've regained consciousness now. So I'm on my phone cussing because the real Jordine is back. I am cussing. I'm calling all my family. I'm saying, no, you won't believe what happened to me in the last, like, 48 hours or 24 hours. Like, I'm calling my brother. I'm calling my mom. Every 2 minutes, I'm calling her. I'm calling, what's it called? I'm calling my friends and I'm telling them what happened to me. And I noticed her friend in the car was like, oh, you need to be quiet. The guy in the car, he's trying
Oh,
to
wow.
shut me up. He's like, you need to be quiet. Da, 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 da. So when she's chilling at my house now, I was basically telling my mom that this guy was saying that. And she literally comes at my house and stays at my house. And she's trying to dominate the narrative. So even my mom was confused because she was like, oh, why is it when Reena took the phone from you and she was telling me about what happened to you, it's different from what you said? She was kind of like saying white lies, like saying half the truth, but you're saying the full details. Like, she didn't tell me that she had you at some man's yard. She didn't tell me, like, what's going on? And I was like, well, she's obviously trying to hide her part in this. And then she was also saying all sorts of things at my house. She was saying to don't bother go to the police, keep it private. Like, she was saying that it was footballers that done it. She was just trying to like divert the attention away from her little fling that she slept with and Michael and the whole crew. She was trying to divert it to strangers. So she was like, oh, you should go on the internet and expose those footballer guys, because I'm telling you, those guys were footballers. I said to her, I don't know any footballer. I'm not gonna randomly accuse a random man that never spoke to me, never touched me. Like, yes, they were talking to me, but they never did anything of my concern. I'm more concerned with Xavier and Michael, because Michael was trying to get his friends to drag me in a sprinter, and Xavier gave me this rigged bottle. So it doesn't add up. I can't just attack a random group of guys that never did anything to me. Like, maybe they did SA me in the club because I was around them and a bunch of them came off of me, so they probably did touch me, because I remember I felt like hands on my areas and they probably did that. But outside of the club, they were gone. They went about their way. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's like it's not adding up. So she basically now is like, oh, well, I just don't think it's Xavier. Don't think it's that. So I was like, I'm gonna call Christian because he's the organizer. He has the full guest list and he knows every single person that was invited. He invited everyone. So I call him now, and when I'm speaking to him, he's talking about how he can't say anything because there was too many famous people there and he doesn't want to get sued and he has to protect people's names by law. So I said, why are you protecting people when a crime has happened? A crime's taken place and you want to protect people? I don't understand. He's like, oh, well, all I can say is you just need to sort out what you've got going on, and that's that. But don't go to the internet. That's all I'm telling you. Do not go to the internet. So I said, but I haven't gone to the internet. So why are you mentioning the internet? And secondly, I've been private about this. So keep in mind, 2 days have passed now. About 2-3 days have passed. So I said, I've been private about this. I haven't even gone to the police. I'm just trying to figure out everything before I even go to the police, because I'm already so perplexed by all of this. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. So then that's when after now, he's like, yeah, well, don't bother do that. Like, I can help you. Just speak to me only. Like, he posted the text on Snapchat acting like trying to prove to people that you know, he was helping me. But the text showed that he was not helping me at all. He was just trying to keep me at a dead end of information so that I could kind of just be silenced and just piss off. Do you get it? Like, he wasn't trying to let me go down a deeper rabbit hole. So I was on the phone to him day by day, calling, saying, no, you have more information. That's your best friend. You organized this party for Michael. All of you guys are up to something, because it wasn't just like one man that was onto me and trying to like do things with me. It wasn't like one man targeting me. It was multiple guys in your group that all were working in different ways. One trying to get me in a car, the other one giving me a rigged bottle but doesn't want to sleep with me, because Xavier did not touch me. He did not touch me. So why is he giving me a rigged bottle if he only was going to sleep with Reena? That doesn't make sense. He didn't want to have sex with me. He didn't move to me. He didn't compliment me. All the other guys complimented me. Michael's in my face talking about graphic things he's going to do to me. Xavier's not said a word, but he gave me the rigged bottle. So they all worked in
Seems
unison.
like a bit of a tag team from what you're
It's a teamwork thing. And I was picking it up. I was saying it doesn't add up, because I got this rigged bottle from this spiked bottle from Xavier, but he didn't want to sleep with me. So that doesn't make sense. You guys are definitely working as a body. And the one friend, Good Samaritan, he exposed you guys. And then he was like, oh, we don't know that guy. That's what Christian was saying on the phone. And all he did is he just left me at a dead end. So I was really angry. And at that time, I was like, okay, because you guys have been negligent, I'm going to go on my Instagram and express that I had been spiked at one of your events, so that people stay away from you guys, because you're not helping. You don't care. From I entered the party, you've been strange. You were hiding in the background. Apparently, you know, the security guard, I even said that to him. I said, why is it that the bouncer that you hired for the club, or you had at that club, was bullying me where to sit? And what was that about? He was like, oh, I was actually there the whole time and I saw when you walked in early. So I was like, so you were the one that was telling the bouncer where I should sit, and you were doing that? He was like, no, why would I care to do that? But I said, well, it doesn't make sense, because bouncers are not normally going to do that. So I said, you were there the whole time watching this whole bullshit go on. He was like, yeah, I saw you, but I wasn't involved. So don't try and involve me. But I said, if you saw me, why didn't you even talk to me and try to get involved? It's your party. You're an events. Apparently, he's some sort of events person, planner. That's his career.
This is Christian Craft we're talking about, right?
Yeah, Christian. That's your career. You do all these big events. If you want to protect your name, I work in the club industry. I have a lot of friends in that industry. So it's just very strange to me that you didn't come up to me and say, hey, are you okay? You know, what's going on? You was there the whole night watching this craziness go on and didn't care. Didn't come up to me once. Even when the club was empty, he was hiding in the shadows. He didn't come up to me and say, hey, Jordan, welcome to the event. Get comfortable. No. He was sending this ugly bodyguard, whoever this evil man was, to bully me and be telling me where to go.
And it's interesting because if, as the event organizer, if there's an issue in your event, you're going to be really on it. You're going to be at the forefront trying to resolve it, right?
Yeah, and you're going to be angry because that's your name being tarnished by a random weirdo that wants to spite girls. So
stick a pin for me a minute. I'm just going to show everybody some stuff that you've shared with me. Not too much of it. But this actually happened because Michael Wood has been charged very recently, hasn't he? And you have had the same consistent story since 2022, is it?
2021, so for 4 years.
2021, absolutely. Since 2021. So that's around COVID time, or at the end of it anyway.
Yeah, the end of it, yeah.
Yeah. So I just want people to know that Sister has shared with the police. These are emails that you sent between the police and yourselves.
Yeah.
That's there. I've taken out your personal details, sis. I've redacted those. So that's an email that between you and an officer, and that goes back to 2022. There's also here where you've given a consent form for the police to access the bloods that the hospital took, right? So that just takes up a few things for people. And there's another one there. If you guys see, that goes back to 2022. So it's been ongoing. And if I can just show one of these screenshots of your correspondence with Christian himself, where you're basically saying, I don't want anything to do with you. You guys can see that, right? I don't want anything to do with you. It's a whole string there where you say, basically, he says, I can't help you if you don't want me to. You say, nope, you're all snakes. I can handle this alone. Go tell your dickhead friend to go suck his mum. Blocking me for talking about being drugged. Excuse me, who does that? No apology for that shit motive. You are all suspicious. He says, I mean, all right, I'm trying with you, but you don't want my help. I don't know what else you want people to do. You said not corresponding with fake people like you, and further, I tried to talk to you for 4 days since being drugged and you've given me nothing. You're just trying to cover it up, and then on it goes. So very consistent testimony there, sister. And that would have gone back to 2021, that correspondence between you and him, right?
Yeah, that was literally like days while it was actually going on. And he posted that. I didn't post that. I haven't blocked, and I have a new phone. So I didn't even have those texts recently. He decided to post that.
It's on his profile. I think he thinks it might absolve him, but I don't think it does, actually, because you're giving context to that. You know, why were you so upset? And he's trying to say, it looks like he's trying to cover himself. You know, we've got a keen eye for these things. Oh, I'm just trying to help you. He doesn't give anything away. He doesn't talk about the incident. Oh, I'm giving you help. I'm giving you help, and you're refusing it. That's the narrative that he wants to construct, in my opinion.
he's crazy. He told me literally a few days ago, before I blocked him again on Instagram, that if I give information on his baby mother and tell him what his baby mother has told me, then he will give me more information about the incident. So he knows. He's basically, I've got that screenshot. He's confirmed that he knows something.
Really? If
He
you
said
got
that
that
to me a few
screenshot,
days
sis,
ago.
can you send it to me now on WhatsApp if possible?
Okay, I'll try and send it, but
Try and
let me
send
go.
it.
I'm gonna check through my phone.
Have a look, because that's highly suspicious. Why would you be trading information? I don't understand.
I'm gonna go on the D. Sorry. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna go to the DMs.
No worries.
And get the messages.
Highly dubious, in my opinion. Put one, guys, if you think that's dubious while sister's searching for the screenshot, because that's insane to me. Who trades information like that? And after what, 4 years, you're suddenly wanting to trade information.
He's literally saying if I speak about, he's not going to help me. He said it recently, and he said that I've tarnished his name, and he said he will give me more information or help me if I give him information on his baby mother.
Wow, that's crazy.
But there's a lot of context behind him wanting information on his baby mother, because I can't find it through my DMs because I blocked him. But I'm going to check my photos and see if I can
if you can send
find
it now,
it.
but if not, it's not a problem.
I sent it to his baby mother, so I can check Snapchat. It's probably on my other phone. Sorry.
It's okay, sis.
I haven't blocked. I hope that Instagram didn't delete the conversation, because
they do sometimes. Yeah, they do. It's not important.
Even
You can't get to it straight away, so don't worry yourself, honestly. It just would have been nice to see that.
I wish I kept that. Maybe if I check on my other phone. Yeah, because that's actually recent, but I was so tired of talking about the situation with him that I just blocked him.
I just think it's really bizarre for him to say, well, I'll tell you what happened that night. Why didn't you tell me 4 years ago?
And he's doing it because he's saying that he wants information on what, obviously, he's saying that I can help you if you help me.
That's disgusting.
And he's saying that because there's basically his baby mother is also a whistleblower, and she messaged me. So when I posted my story, she messaged me giving information about the group, about what they've done to her, some of the experiences she's had as a close circle person around Michael and Christian, and also about what Christian's done, and also about Michael. And this is alleged, as I said, because this case of obviously him raping a girl is a different victim from 2023. It's not me, but it's a different girl. She basically has witnessed him admit at the time. She told me.
Right.
So
you're in touch with the current girl who's managed to have her case taken up by the CPS?
No, I don't know who the girl is, but I know the baby mother. I can't say her name because she hasn't given me consent. But Christian's baby mother, who was around them, heard Michael come out and admit that that event happened before it came out publicly.
Right, I'm with you.
Yes, so he was basically addressing it privately, saying all these things about, I hope she doesn't go to the police. I hope she doesn't go to the police. That's what she told me. So Christian is basically harassing me and her because he knows that we're close circle people that have information that might stick in court or have. She has more information than me, but she has information on his friend. So he's been harassing her. She texted me the other day and said that his friends have been harassing her.
Wow.
So this has been ongoing for a long time. And
yes, it is.
Yeah. And there's more that I have to say about Christian and how everything panned out. There's so much more to this story. This is not even the end of it. This is just like the beginning from what I've already just said.
Absolutely. So do you want to share that with us about Christian, how things have panned out?
Absolutely. So with Christian now, we're going to span back to 2021. I'm on the phone. I'm trying to sort things out with the police. Obviously, from the messages, you see I've completely given up with him.
Yeah.
I call the police now, and I'm like to the police, yeah, I've got all this evidence. Because you know what even hurt me so bad? Even that, it's going to piss me off. But anyways, um, I'll get into that after. I call the police now. They come to my house. Obviously, we have an interview. I have an interview with them. I tell them everything. I get everything on file. And this is about 4 days after. I think this is when you see the text where I said, I'm giving up on you guys. I'm going straight to the feds now.
Sure.
Yeah, I was like, no mercy now. I don't care. So they come in and I put in a statement, and the police are basically talking to me. And I tell them, they said, did you get any, because you did call us about 3 days late. And I said, what does that mean? And they're like, well, you got spiked. So that means that you need to be tested for drugs as soon as possible. But you should have called us earlier. So I was like, okay, well, as you can see from these messages with Christian, I was going back and forth with him. And I was still in a very poor state because I was literally stuck in the house. I was slumped. My mom had to be giving me food, like it was bad. So I said to them, yeah, like I did go to the hospital, but I didn't go to the police station. They were like, okay, we're gonna go to the hospital and check your bloods. They go to the hospital now, and you actually posted the proof of that. And when Kelly, I think her name was, went there, she came back and she said that the hospital did not do any drug test, which is negligent. So I was really angry. They didn't do any drug tests. So they were like, okay, we don't have official evidence now that you, like forensic evidence that you got spiked. All we have left as police is to go to the club now and try and check CCTV cameras to see if we can see anyone messing with your drink. And we're going to use the story you gave us and match it up to what they see on the camera. And they said if they can see anybody playing with my drinks or doing anything, then they can continue this case, but they could push this case further. So I was like, okay then. And I was hopeful because I was waiting, and it took quite a long time. It took like a week or so, 2 weeks for them to go to the club. But they end up going to the club now, and Kelly checks the CCTV cameras, and
Kelly's
she's
the
basically,
officer, the investigating officer.
yeah. She's an officer, and she basically calls me, and she said, I'm currently at the nightclub, and I've checked the cameras, and what are you wearing? And I noticed she sounds mad confused. And I'm like, I showed you videos of me in the club and what I was wearing. I have so many Snapchats of what I was wearing, the night, the location I was in the club. It's a very small club. She's like, I can't see you on the CCTV cameras.
What?
Yeah. You can see it even in, I think if you check one of the emails I sent you, she does mention. But she said, I can't see you. So then I'm like, what do you mean? I definitely was in a specific area. I have video evidence being physically in the location. So I should be on these cameras. She's like, well, I can't see any kind of evidence of people like messing with your drink. I can't even see you. Like she's telling me she can't see anything. She can't see me. She said there's loads of people, so it's hard to see anything.
Right. So the footage was not very reliable then, was it?
It wasn't.
Lots of people around, yeah.
It wasn't sufficient, and it sounded like, to me, that sounds, and she's a rubbish investigator, because that sounds like they wiped it.
Well, it sounds like they've done something to it, a bit like
they did something
video,
because it doesn't add up. If I have, and I've posted this video proof on YouTube, I've posted video proof on TikTok. So if people want to check out my TikTok, Jordine, Jourdeen, and then .e on TikTok, you can actually see video proof of me in the club.
Say your TikTok again for me, sis.
Jourdeen and then .e.
Hold on, slow down for me. I'm just going to put it up. You see. So Jourd. Yep.
En and then .e. I have 2 accounts, but it's the account with more followers on it.
So it's Jordan.e.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's on TikTok. Lovely.
It's the account with more followers, and if you scroll all the way down, you can see where I'm talking about being spiked at Michael Wood's birthday party, and you can see where I post a video in the club and in the hospital. Like I post like a little video that shows what was going on. I did send that video to you actually.
You did, but as I said,
Yeah.
I'm not able to upload everything, so it'd be good if people can
Yeah.
go.
But yeah, I just thought it was weird that the police didn't put two and two together, because it's impossible not to see me on the footage, and so many crazy things happened to me on that footage. That's the thing. Because on that CCTV footage, I even wanted to see who sexually assaulted me as well, because there was men on top of me. So there was so much more I wanted to see with the footage as well. It wasn't just the spiking, because I was flat out on the floor and I woke up to men on top of me. That should have been shown on the footage because it happened. So it's crazy to me that they didn't show that. And the club is called Duo London, Duo London, Duo like two London. Yeah, they were based in Camden, but after all of this came out on social media in 2021, it wasn't very popular on social media because it just didn't blow up. It didn't go on the blog pages or anything, but it was out there. So people knew that something crazy happened at their club because I kept tagging them and saying that they allowed negligence in their club to happen to me. And I was telling girls not to go, and they shut down.
Okay, so it did have an effect on them at least, because they would have had to be complicit in removing the footage. But you know, when it comes on to famous people who might have a bit of cash at their what's the word I'm looking for? You know, they'll have a bit of cash and they're able to buy these things. It's not outside the realms of possibility. You know?
Yeah, and that also did happen, I think, with the P Diddy and Cassie case, where that footage was actually, he paid off for that footage to be, and actually the hotel shut down as well.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he paid off for the footage to be hidden, but the nice people that worked there, they were good people because they took the money and gave Cassie the footage. So that's how she was able to.
Which is what I would probably do if I worked there, to be fair.
You know,
but I mean, look, you had a security guy that seemed to be a part of the plan. You've got the event organizer. It's not hard to get that footage wiped off. It really isn't.
Yeah, and it's just strange that the police said they couldn't see me at all, even though I was definitely a main character there because I was on the floor, like you would have seen me. So after that now, they basically send me an email weeks later. The police take ages to do basic little things. But they send me an email saying that they're gonna close my case because they don't have forensic evidence, and basically they would reopen the case if they're able to get any new evidence. But right now they need more evidence. I don't think they even did any witness statements with Reena. I don't think they spoke to any of them. I asked Christian if the police spoke to him recently, and he was saying some rubbish about no. So they were negligent with my case because they didn't even try to interview anyone. They didn't care.
They didn't care because they didn't have the easy option, which is forensics and CCTV footage. Is what they do. You know, they could have gathered other types of evidence if they really wanted to. And I would say to you, sis, your case actually has been given new impetus with the fact that he's been charged. You really ought to reapproach them and ask for your case to be looked at again. You know, one thing that the police need training on is how to deal with date rape drugs, because it stays in your system. If it's Rohypnol, which is usually the date raper's drug of choice, it works really quickly and it disappears out of the system very quickly as well, between 2 and 4 days, depending on the dosage. Sometimes up to 12 hours, it can be gone. So the police were right in saying to you that you should have come to them straight away. But they also need to recognize that when a girl or a person has been drugged with these types of drugs, that they're in a state of disorientation for at least a week. That's what they need to get and understand. You know, you might not get that evidence as fresh as you'd like. Usually, you know, I've seen these cases quite a lot in my line of work. And usually what happens is when you're able to preserve the evidence is because the people around the affected person do the right thing and take them straight to hospital. It's not the person themselves. It's not going to happen. And unfortunately for you, you had some very, very, dare I say, complicit people at worst, and at best they were just negligent. They weren't good friends. They weren't good to you. You know, I wish Good Samaritan had not lost heart, because he seems like he would have done the right thing if he'd have been able to stay in it. You know.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that. But the whole situation was.
I think you're not still friends with this girl.
No, it got really, the whole situation was, it was very terrible for me. Like, she betrayed me in the end. You know, after that, obviously I had gone to police, but she had also said, you know, that I should speak up online, but she was directing me to speak against a random guy that I don't know. So
Yeah.
even her as my only witness, she was trying to direct me down an unsafe path, because I can't I can't blame it on someone without core evidence. I can't do that, you know, or innocent person. So
Yeah.
once I had spoken out on my Instagram story, I had put, and I made sure I worded it very, very, very specific. I wasn't trying to allude anything, or I wasn't trying to say, yeah, Michael Ward spiked me. No, I said, I got spiked at the Christian Craft and Michael Ward's party last night or a few nights ago. That's how
Right.
I put it. So I made it very specific to the story, so people knew that I went to this event and I got mistreated. That was it. And Michael came on my page, he saw it, got angry, and he decided to block me. He didn't message and say, hey, like when he blocked me, I posted, oh there, why am I being blocked? And I posted him blocking me. And then people messaged me and said, that's a guilty man's move. He's guilty. Because if he's innocent, he would have apologized that happened to you and moved on with his day. He wouldn't have
Or at
moved
least
like
try
that.
to get to the bottom of it, even if he was a noble
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, like show some level of, innocent people don't act like that. I mean, it's your party, it's private. Somebody said that something bad happened to them. The least you could do is say, sorry that happened to you. We'll try our best to help you with whatever's gone on. No, he doesn't say a word. He sees it, he gets angry and blocks me.
And, you know, it's become even more potent, your story, really, in light of the recent charges that he's facing. He's literally been charged on 2 counts, right?
Yeah.
Is it 2 separate victims?
One girl, and he's done multiple things to her.
Ah, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. I'm not sure when the trial's coming up, but it'd be interesting to perhaps attend that trial and really find out what's going on. That would be really interesting. But sis, this is horrendous, and your friend is a total wrong'un. She's not a good girl. Not a good girl. And it seems like she just wanted to get her leg over. She was dazzled by celebrity and wanted to be a part of that, and had no. It sounds as if she may have done this before, from what you're saying.
She did tell me, well, she was dating another British musician in the UK at the time.
Right.
And she had, I knew that our friendship was rocky because she had left me in the club one night, and this is way before the spiking happened, but she had left me in the club one summer night with random men to go to another club with her boyfriend at the time. And she told me that she didn't want me around the boyfriend because they would probably find me attractive, and she couldn't trust that.
You are a very attractive girl, there's no doubt about that. But what kind of a friend does that?
She was weird from then, and I wanted to stop being her friend from then, but she called me begging me, saying she's sorry, and she's had this issue with other friends, where she like she tends to, she's very male centered, so she'll put the man before her friend, or relationships before her friend. So she begged for my forgiveness only to do this to me.
I think that's in Jamaica what we call a yamed, right?
Yeah, she's a yamed for sure. She's a straight yamhead, and I forgave her only for it to end like this. And you know, once it was on the internet now, she was also posting. So she was posting and talking about, she's like, yeah, I'm a witness, I saw everything that happened. But I noticed when she posted, she said it's most likely some footballers, or she's trying to divert the story again. So she's being really strategic. So I was thinking, but I didn't drink from no footballers, and why is it that Christian and these guys keep saying it's footballers? I asked for the footballers' names, they're not giving names. What is this obsession with these footballers? I didn't even have a proper conversation with these guys, so I don't get what they're trying to allude to.
They were trying to bring the dairy, as we say, onto somebody else. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, definitely, because I didn't drink from them, I drank from Xavier. But he had already got her, and I think he strategically slept with her because he knew that he could kind of have his way on his side.
Well, it sounds like, you know, she wasn't exactly. She was an easy ride. That's what it sounds like to me.
She was, and she even told me before she decided to betray me fully, because the story gets worse. But she told me that while I was drugged up on the sofa, Michael actually called the phone and kept asking and asking about me and asking what's going on with me to Xavier, his best friend. And they were like discussing things. And I said to her, what were they talking about? And then that's when after she said, oh, well, I don't know. But they were saying like what was going on with like you and where were you at? They were saying some weird shit. And
Wow.
she still hasn't even told me what was in that phone call, because some more core evidence could have been in like that conversation in and of itself. But she was harsh. I asked her constantly, what were they saying? Because it don't make sense.
At the very least, the police should have contacted her as a witness and got a witness statement from her. At the very least, it sounds like you've suffered a really bad miscarriage of justice, sis. It really does, from the hospital being negligent, which again, people might think, oh, no, hospitals are often negligent in these situations, particularly with our young people. They are. And, I've seen it time and time again. When it comes on to young black girls that present in these situations, it's almost a mindset that thinks, well, you know what, I can't be bothered. They're always getting themselves into these problems. I've seen this. So it sounds like they let you down, because they should have definitely taken blood. It doesn't matter how long between the incident and when you presented. And the police should have been talking to people that were in the vicinity of the time, which is normal police practice. If you're not getting anything from the CCTV, you're going to get it from witness statements. I don't understand.
The thing is, the terrible hospital took my blood. They took it, but they just didn't do a drug test, which makes no sense, because I came there. Like, I just don't get it. I literally came there, and my friend at the time said, she's been spiked, she's been drugged, she needs help.
And then they're not doing a drug test.
It doesn't make sense. And you could see it on file that I was specifically there for a drug test. And it's a good thing, even though I was drugged up. And the thing is, I had the BBC contact me, and one of the girls from BBC was saying, you've got the most evidence I've seen a girl get in such a time span. Because I even had pictures literally of them inject, like, where they had injected my hand. And I even sent that to Christian. And they just didn't. I was so shocked when the police came back to me and told me that nothing was, because I was even telling my mum, I'm going to find out what they put in my system, because it affected my health after. Like, my health was never the same. So, like, when the police came back to me and told me that they didn't even do anything at the hospital, I was so angry, because I was thinking, but that's why I went there.
Exactly.
So you can't win. If you don't go, you're left with the mystery. You go, you're still left with the mystery. It's just sickening, because it's like, it's just sickening to me, because it's like, what if I overdose? There's been girls that get overdoses from these things, they end up dead. What do the police say to the parents? Oh, she's just a drug addict, because she probably died. She probably died from just snorting, and the whole time it's because some evil person decided to spike her.
Spiking is a huge problem, and far more prolific than we know, because many people don't go to the police. Like you look to the people that were around you, you're trying to get answers from them, and then it kind of time passes, and some people think, well, you know what, probably not going to be believed, probably nothing left in my system, how am I going to prove this? But it goes on so much. I mean, we've even featured Dizzy Rascal here. We had one of his alleged victims come on and tell a very similar story to yours. It goes on, and it certainly goes on amongst young celebrities. So this is something we need a spotlight on. And I would say that, are you willing to reapproach the police and see if your case can be re-looked at? Because in these circumstances, they can.
Absolutely. I want to take these people down. I'm not holding no mercy for these type of characters, because I feel like I've been through other situations that were much worse, and I let people off. And I felt I kind of got survivor's guilt. I can't explain it, but I felt guilty that I didn't put that person. I had a lot of evidence at the time. Like, when whatever happened to me when I was young, I had a lot of evidence. I was kind of sad that I went silent. I felt evil, because one of my friends actually got also assaulted by this person a year or so later, and she ended up telling me. And I thought to myself, well, maybe if I put him in a cell with the evidence that I had, he wouldn't be out here doing this to other women. So that's why even with going to Michael's party and going through what I went through there, I was like, no, normally I would go silent. I used to be a very quiet, reserved person. I wasn't into social media. As you can see, I don't have a lot of followers. I was never into the clout chasing thing. So it really hurts me when people call me a clout chaser. That's stupid. But I said, I don't care what they call me. I'm not going to let it down. So yeah, I will take it to the police again. And I will fight to clear my name in Britain. And everybody that's cursing me out for a situation that I did not ask for, I would much rather become famous for eating 10 flipping donuts on YouTube than this shit. Like, if I wanted to clout chase, I could clout chase in many other ways.
Yes, of course.
But
I hate when people say that you're clout chasing. This is not the way to clout chase, because everyone knows you're going to get negative backlash, labeled. Do you know what I mean? You're just going to get a lot of grief with this kind of thing. I don't believe anybody does that to clout.
I've gone through it since this happened. Even my boyfriend, who's friends with Christian, he's a coward. He told me to stop arguing with Christian. And you know, yeah, my ex, sorry, not boyfriend, sorry. Sure. I don't know why I'm even, it's because he broke up with me recently, but
yeah,
he's just left me in the dirt because of association, because these are his friends, his peoples, all of this stuff. It's all about who knows who and who's connected to who. It's not about what is actually wrong and standing up for righteousness.
Well, it sounds like you're well shot of him, because he clearly didn't care enough about you in the first place, sis.
He's an idiot. He can go to hell. He's done me a favor. He's shown his true colors. He's a coward. And if I was a guy and that happened to my girlfriend, I would be going to that guy straight and saying, stop messaging my girlfriend, stop harassing her. Christian has been harassing me, messaging, saying nonsense, coming in my lives. I made a live the other day, minding my business, putting on makeup. He's in the live. He's making troll accounts. His friends are harassing his baby mother as well, who's also been speaking out against them.
I'd like a word with her if possible.
Yeah, I will send you over her
off air, because you know we always believe the sisters that come on this platform. Why do we believe? Because you've shared much more than what I've shown tonight. And that's what I wanted to know. You know, we do that in case the police do light back up and want evidence. We don't want to show all of the evidence. But the reason we believe our sisters on this platform is because we see the evidence that you guys don't always see. And we certainly are behind you, my sister. We're behind you.
Yeah.
You're very capable. I know you don't need my help necessarily to go to the police and do the right thing. Very intelligent, very capable. And I just said, you know, if you need that support in terms of just a strength to carry it through, then we're definitely here, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think it made me sad that even after I posted what I posted on YouTube. I did after decide to make a YouTube video about the spiking incident. I left a digital footprint so that girls that experience men like this, they would report. And I had a random girl comment on my page and she said, you inspired me. I don't know if that's the victim who's gone to the police now, but I don't know why she said you inspired me, and that's it.
It may well be.
I don't know, but that made me think me inspired you. Like, everyone else is cussing me in the comments, and she said, no, you inspired me, and I'm thinking, wait. And that's why I did it, because I don't know who that girl is or what she's going through right now, but I pray for her. But she could have just seen that video on YouTube and thought, no, I'm going to actually, there's one girl that said this guy is weird. I'm going to be brave and go to, and that's exactly why I did what I did. And those evil guys, they wiped my video off YouTube recently. Since since he's gone to, showing up in jail, I think a few days ago, they wiped my video.
You see? Yeah, we had one taken down. We had a nasty piece of work a couple of weeks ago called Stephen Murray, who had sexually abused his own children, his daughter in particular. And yeah, they've taken that video down, but I'm disputing it with them. So look, we'll wait. I haven't heard anything from them. But this is what they do, isn't it? I am so sick and tired of this country that seems to safeguard perpetrators and hang victims out to dry. I really am sick of them in this country, honestly. And it's very specific to the UK. It really, really is. It's disgusting. But sis, yeah, is there anything else you want to share with us? You've been amazing tonight.
I can kind of fast track a little bit of what ended up happening after.
Yes,
So
please. Yeah.
there's so much that happened in this time span. It was just so obviously now the police were no help. My friend at the time, she decides to get all these, keep in correspondence with Michael's friends and these guys. And they're telling her to tell your friend shut up, tell your friend shut up. Like, she was literally calling me on the phone saying, oh, they're saying stop talking. So they were harassing her, and they obviously put pressure on her to a point where she goes on the internet now and she's like, oh, this girl's being dramatic. Yes, I was there with her, but she's just being dumb now. Like, da 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 da. So people started messaging me, and they were like, didn't this girl come out and post bare evidence that she was a full-blown witness? She had her own videos. Like, she came out. Why is she now turning against you? So then she fully betrayed me on the internet. She tried to make me out to look like a liar, which really pissed me off. So I called her and I said, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, well, the guys told me that I would be sued. So I'm just trying to divert it off. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be involved.
Wow.
Then I said to her, you are being involved because you're not, it's not like you don't want to be on the internet. I can respect if you say, yeah, this is not for me and my mental health. I'd rather support you behind the scenes. But you're on the internet posting, but you're siding with them. You're saying very weird shit to make me look like I'm a liar. And these weirdo men are coming on my page now saying that I'm dramatic and that I'm an idiot and calling me names. So she was like, oh, well, I was told that I don't want to be sued. And you can go and get sued if you want to be sued, but I don't want to be sued. So I said, you're a snake. You're a snake, bitch. That's what I called her. And I started arguing with her and we had a fight on the phone. And she had all her stuff here. She didn't even come back for it. She was so shook. I cut off the phone on her. I haven't spoken to her ever again since. She couldn't come back to my house because she's a guilty person. So,
absolutely. Yes, I should imagine not.
Yeah. So after that, now, I remember I was depressed. I got a few autoimmune illnesses that came out of nowhere that I never had before. I was very 100% healthy before that, and it caused, I don't know what happened, but whatever was in my system caused me to have really bad health after that, where I was getting like cysts popping up all over my eye, swelling, extreme inflammation. I never had that before.
It could be a bit of a bad reaction to the drugs, but also sorry sis, I'm getting over a cold, but also it could also be a reaction to the stress of it all, sis.
Especially definitely stress related. So after that, now I just moved on. I just continued on with life, and it's only recently now with this case I made a new video because people on Twitter said that they remembered my story and that they believe me, and it's not surprising that this has happened because they remember me. So they were asking me, can you come back and say more to what happened? So that's when I made the video on my TikTok, and it went viral, and then people were attacking me. I got so much hate.
Can you imagine?
So much hate, people calling me names and all sorts. But after that, Christian,
because they're Michael Ward fans, is that why they were giving you hate?
They're pathetic. Of all the actors you could be fans of in the UK, you've got John Boyega, you've got all these different people that actually have good movies. You're a fan of someone that acted in 2 films. Too pathetic. Like, it's just pathetic to me. Like, they need to go and get a life. So he's not the biggest, bestest actor of all time. He doesn't have that many roles. He's a terrible person in real life. I literally, when I was with my boyfriend at the time, after Wireless Festival, he was at an after party and he was pushing, he's so public with his shit, and that's what pisses me off, because it's crazy to me that people don't see how disgusting this guy is in real life. Oh yeah, and I didn't tell you about when I saw him again at Giggs's party in 2023 and he was harassing me again.
Oh wow.
Yes, like, and I have witnesses on that night as well, because my friend Carolina went off with him. She's another snake. But I didn't say nothing because I'd already moved on. But I'll speak on that quickly. That's why I said so much has happened. Like,
yeah.
So I went to Giggs's party 2023 August because he had an album release party. And when I was there, I was minding my business, but he was being weird again, standing in the corner, pointing at girls, acting like he's got social issues. Towards the end of the night now, everybody was getting ready to go home. I'm with a girl called Imani and another girl called Carolina. I noticed that my friend group, I was with a bag of girls because you know that my friend, he's the one that organized the party for Giggs. So
Right.
I
With
had,
you.
yeah, he invited all the girls there. So I had a bag of girls that I was chilling with. He gets that girl group that I was with, and he gets them all to come in his Sprinter. And then he's waiting. So then I see Carolina. I'm like, Carolina, let's get back on the bus because we're in the middle of nowhere. We need to, because it was a mansion party. So I was like, we need to get back on this
Sure.
bus and go home. Carolina's like, oh no, Michael Ward's waiting for you. I said, excuse me, I told you I don't F with this guy. She's like, oh no, it's not that deep, sis. He's being mad cool. Like I said, no. So then Amani's standing next to me now, and this guy is still waiting. So then Carolina's like, they're waiting for you, bro. Come. I said, I don't want to come with these people. I have beef with this guy. I don't like him. He comes right up in my face, and that shows you that these famous people, they don't care. He comes in my face. I'm looking at him dead in the face. He's like, yo, B, are you going to come in my Sprinter? Are you going to come? I said to him, are you stupid? Are you actually dumb? So then that's when after, even Amani saying to him, are you dumb? Are you crazy? Like, you literally spiked her years ago. What's wrong with you? He looks at her blank. This guy acts like he doesn't have brain cells. He walks off. So he was waiting that whole time. He targeted my friend group and put them all in his little dirty car deliberately so that I could somewhat come. So this guy came back again in 2023 with his rubbish. I saw him a few weeks ago and he was harassing 2 mixed race girls. He was in the girl's face trying to kiss her and she was pushing him away.
Oh
He
my
does
goodness.
this stuff publicly. He doesn't care.
Predatory behavior. Sis, check your WhatsApp for me a minute. Just answer yes or no. Okay.
But yeah, so that was my second or third encounter with him after the incident. So he's not remorseful. He doesn't care at all. And I kind of wish I did actually go in there and curse him out. But something in my spirit said, don't do it. Don't do it. But I was still so angry and so shocked that he didn't care at all.
Wow.
At all.
It just sounds like he's got a bit like when we were listening to the testimony from Dizzy Rascal's alleged victim. Ooh, I'm starting to think I might know this Imani.
She's around my age though. She is quite young. Like I think she's younger than me.
How old are you?
I'm 25. She's a little bit younger, but she is in the club world industry. I met her through one of my friends that's in that world.
Is she from the same ends, like maybe Romford?
I'm not sure 100%.
Interesting. We're going to have a conversation afterwards because it does sound like somebody I might know. But anyway, we'll talk about that afterwards, sis. Damn. I really hope it isn't. But yes.
But yeah,
There's
that was basically it.
A lot to ponder. There really is.
Yeah. There's a lot that's happened, and there's a lot of girls that have messaged me, but they're too scared to talk. But they've said that they've dealt with spiking. Christian's baby mother has given me permission to speak publicly, so that's why I made some videos on my TikTok. But she said that she went to Michael's event before, and it was Christian and Michael that had it in 2023, and she said that she woke up in Christian's house with no clothes on.
Oh my God.
And the room was empty. She just had no clothes on, and there was like a bottle across the bed from her, so she had assumed that obviously he had
Wow.
And that's her child's father, and she doesn't care. She said that she's tired of his antics.
You know, and what makes me sick about these so-called celebrity events, they target really pretty girls, you know, young, attractive girls, put them on guest lists. You know, a lot of girls get gassed up because it's like, well, wow, I'm a kind of it girl. You know, I can go to these parties and rub shoulders with these pseudo celebrities, but you're targeted for that because of your looks a lot of the time, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Awareness that is raised around that kind of thing. Honestly, it's terrible. But sis, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your story. That's the TikTok. Somebody just asked what your TikTok is. So that's the TikTok. I'm not sure how much more we can add, but I really do think that the police need to re-look into these people and take statements from those involved. It's not like they're dead. They're still around. You know, this is new
Yeah.
evidence. And when you look at these kinds of cases that are historic, because your case would be seen as historic, if there's new evidence that comes out, or that person becomes charged, or that person gets charged, then that is considered a development in previous cases. And they usually would contact you and say, look, we're re-looking at your case, and so on and so forth. But they never seem to be doing their job properly, sis, unless it is to chase after those of us that speak out. You know, had Michael Ward made a complaint around harassment or something with you, or even Christian, they'd be straight round to you, straight round, based on your TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, it's disgusting.
But they haven't even tried to call. I've been cursing them out nonstop. They haven't tried to do that because they can't, because they know I'm a whistleblower in all of this.
Yes, of
it's
course.
opening a can of worms, and I'm just the only girl that's not scared to fight a group of men.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of girls, they've messaged me. They said, oh, one girl told me they had a yacht party or a boat party. She went, she got spiked at Michael's boat party, and she got physically attacked on top of it. And when I messaged her to tell me, I asked her, oh, what happened in the story? Because she just messaged me. I saw her profile and everything, so it definitely looked like someone they would target, but she didn't even message back.
Right.
So a lot of them, they're too scared to talk.
Yeah, of course they are. And they're being intimidated in the background. You know, I certainly hope he gets his just desserts and comeuppance for whatever he's doing. Let's see how, you know, there's no guarantees. And this is what I don't understand with the Black community. We're told not to grasp. We can't be informers. We shouldn't go to police, right? That's the sort of traditional line. But the minute a woman comes out and accuses a man, the first thing you're hearing is, have you been to the police? Innocent until you've been guilty. What a double standard. What a rank double standard that we hold in this community of ours. So it's all right for you to say that about girls that have been raped and that have been assaulted in this way. But a man that is destroying his community, shot in drugs and whatever, we're not allowed to go to the police about them though, are we? What a nasty double standard, sis.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're all terrible. You know, it's gotten to a point now where I've seen the true perspective of how the community is. It's like they and even one guy asked me, you know, on TikTok, he was like, oh, I believe in guilty until innocent until proven guilty. And I said, but that's not even a logical take, because somebody could be guilty, and because the police doesn't have enough forensic evidence, they will let them be innocent by law because they have no evidence. But it doesn't mean that they didn't do it.
There you go. Every time. The system is broken. We know that. It's not fit for purpose. It really isn't. And it certainly does not protect victims or give them justice. It doesn't. We know that. And that's the reason why His Time Is Up exists. For those reasons alone, that is why we exist. Because from Windrush to now, they've failed Black women particularly. They've failed all women, to be fair. But Black women particularly, if you subsection that, we have it the worst. We get the nub end of everything anyway, you know? Absolutely. But sis, blessed love, thank you for sharing. I'm going to jump on with you after the live and have a conversation, as I do. And I think we've got a few things we need to talk about as well. I need some clarity around certain people that you've mentioned as well.
Okay.
Sis, we believe you. The community believes you. Put up a 1 if you're in support of the sister. In fact, just before you go, let's put out the link so that other people, we always do this at the end of the live, sis. If anyone wants to come on and give you words of encouragement or even refute what you're saying in a constructive way, they won't. But if they want to, we give them the opportunity to do that. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so there's the live, people. Jump on if you need to. Got a couple of minutes to do that. Sis, I just think you've been incredibly brave. You really, really have. And the fact that you've taken, even before you came here, you have taken it upon yourself to create a platform so that your voice will be heard, your truth will be heard, regardless of whatever the opposition has been. You've had your friend turn on you. You've had the system turn on you. You've had the world turn on you via TikTok. But here you stand as a strong Nubian young empress speaking your truth. And one of the things that compels me about your story is the fact that from 2021 till now, it has not changed. It has been absolutely consistent, every detail. And the fact that it's so detailed A lot of people don't understand forensically, when it comes onto forensic questioning and stuff, it's that sort of detail that the police should be picking up on in terms of truth, because you're extremely detailed and consistent. Your story has not changed. I've spoken to you a few times. Every detail, and I'm very good at listening to the detail, is not changed. That says to me that you're definitely telling the truth. And Michael Ward, you're probably watching, you're a total wrong'un. A total wrong. And I hope that they get you. I hope the courts serve you up. Even if it's not in this sister's name, you're not going to get away with it forever. Because God knows sleep. It really isn't. Give people a couple of more minutes, sis, and then we'll wind it down, okay? But you keep on doing what you're doing, Sister J.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going.
You've got the heart of a lioness. You really do. It always gives me, it always warms my heart when I come across young sisters like yourself, you know? It always warms my heart. And you're the same age as my daughter Blue, the one that sings the theme tune. You're the same age. You're both 25, you know? So it kind of extra touches me. Yeah, that's right. Tracy Williams says, Michael Ward, you are cancelled. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's just hope that the young people see the light as well. You know, sometimes us old foots, it don't really make no difference to these people, does it? Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's going to join the link, my sister. So I'm going to bid you farewell. I'll jump on after the live. I'm just going to outro with everybody. And thank you for coming and sharing your story. I'm probably going to chop some up and put them on Instagram tomorrow. Let's see what they say. It's funny, but I haven't heard from Christian Craft or any of them. They've just been very silent.
They're avoiding, because they're going to court now, they're avoiding certain people. So apparently Shamar, Nelly said her name, but his baby mother, she doesn't mind too much. I'm going to actually send you her details.
Sure.
But yeah, his baby mother said that he's been completely avoiding her, but he's been harassing people to get information about her. But he's not talking.
Is he even seen his picnic? Really?
No, he's refusing to see his kid. He's running away from her. But he's trying to get information from, because he even was trying to extort information out of me, saying he'll give me more information on what I went through if I give more information on her. And I said, no, I'm going to protect her, because she didn't have to reach out to me. So I think they're trying to wipe the internet and try to do a cleanup and cover up. Yeah, so he's not even speaking to her, which is strange. I don't know what's going on there.
Very disgusting. But yes, sis, thank you so much. Everybody put up a big his time is up, love hearts and support for the sister. Please, let's outro the sister in true his time is up style. All right, my darling, we'll talk afterwards. Blessed love, my sister.
All right then.
All right, hon.
All right. Bye everyone.
Oh, what a beautiful young lady. She is truly beautiful inside and out, you know. Truly beautiful. And what a strong empress. I love her, you see. She's a lovely girl, really lovely girl, you know. And she's very focused and forthright. She knows what she wants. She's a great girl after my own heart. Thank you, celebrities. Bunch of mama man them. Talking of mama man, guys, have you guys seen the furore with this little nasty piece of work? Ginger. You might have seen some of my posts and all the other posts that's been going on as well. Let's talk about him next time I come around. Let's see what happens next with him, because I think we've done a lot of talking on Instagram. I'm tired now as well, so I need to go. But this Ginger guy, what the hell was he thinking of? In fact, what we're going to outro with is, let me share my screen, because I've got a friend who's gay, actually, and he does a lot of commentary and stuff like that. Sister's gone, Roro. Hold on. Hey, Roro, sister's gone now. So, yeah, you were probably going to come on and give some words of encouragement to my sister. But sister's gone and I'm winding down. You came on a bit too late, Roro. All right. She's still on mute. Yeah, he does a lot of commentary. I did post it on my Instagram earlier, which probably would have gone to Facebook as well. But I'm just going to play it because, honestly, he's got the nail on the head when it comes to this, what I call the ginger minge. What a nasty little man. Horrible. You understand? Horrible hombre. But my brethren, who is actually an English teacher, who now lives in the Caribbean, lives in Jamaica, but he was an English teacher here for many, many years. He's got a really, really interesting commentary on it. It's probably the best one for me out of all that I've seen. And I'm just going to play it to you guys in case you haven't seen it. Oh, okay, right. I get you. I hear you. But yeah, let me share my screen with that. I really want you guys to see this. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Check this out, guys. Jokes. Do you know what? You see when a gay man cusses you, you don't really want that, you know. You really don't. But he speaks a lot of truth. A lot of truth. All right, let's have a look. Here he is. It's coming. Is this being shared? I'm not seeing it. What's going on? Oh, here we go. Lovely jubbly. No, that's really odd. Don't know what. No, that should still share. Let's have a look. Bizarre. That shouldn't happen. Hold on, guys.
Multiple scenarios, unprovoked, heard black boys and black men repeat and talk the same thing what me hear Ginger J said. It's like the whole of them come together and have meeting and have their words well put down. The women them love to snap their wrists. They're rude. They don't know how to submit themselves. They're rank. They're too over the top. They're not natural. They have fake this and all of this after something that they come up with unprovoked most of the time without anybody asking them any questions. And I've always felt like it is completely been allowed in the Black British community for black men to openly come out and disgrace black women without attack, without rebuttal, and they're just allowed to do it. Because this is something that is unique with black people, that you do not see this kind of thing with any other community where their men just come out and openly, publicly disgrace their women to different sets of people and all kinds of things. They don't decide to just have the little conversation by the dinner table with just them and them alone, for us, by us. They have it very publicly and they're very, very confident to do so. And that is something that I have seen for decades of my life with black men and black boys. And I know damn well that the whole of it have witnessed and seen those kinds of things. And why I don't really want to see black men in general taking a position of extreme outrage is because I know that you have been a part of conversations, whether or not you have participated or not, but I know that you have been part of conversations before, whether it's a WhatsApp group, whether it's in public spaces or wherever on a day. Because if I can be on the sidelines as a gay man and I've heard these things verbatim in my face repeatedly throughout my life, and the way that they would chat black women publicly, and very typically it's not uncommon to hear them talking them things there to their white girlfriends. When I don't even do them to a certain day, you know, because, boy, you know, them black girls, them black girls are just, nah, man, allow it, man. And I've heard white girls come back and even repeat the same things that their black boyfriends and their black man them that they're lying down with would say to them. This is indicative, and it is almost a disease within our community that we allow for this kind of disgraceful public dismissal of black women, black Nubian women that gave life and birth to the world. And here you are standing up there with your creased face and your criminal record, not looking in delicious to anybody that would possibly want to suit her. A criminal in the public forum is stood there questioning black women and about how he does not want them. Who wants you? That's the question. Black women have high standards. They have high standards for themselves, for their community, and for their children, and they fight and have historically fought. And if it was not for black women, I don't know if we could be stood here today as black people. So for you to be stood there, to be stood on the backs of that, and then to be so confident and brazen, to speak the way that you spoke publicly for the world, to hear you disgracing yourself as somebody that has come through the loins of a black woman, and for you to sit down there and disgrace yourself in such a way publicly and think that that is a good thing. And to think it is a good thing to say things so disparagingly about black women, which is just completely untrue. I see him in one video talking about take your fake wig off of your head. Why is it that you believe that just because you have uttered a few words to create a sentence, that means that they must follow your orders? That is why black women do not want you, because you have taken a misogynistic position where you just believe that if you utter a few words in English, that it must mean they must do so. The fake wig. I was stunned by the man's idiotic grammar and his idiotic positions on fake wig. It is a wig. How can a wig be fake? It is a wig. A wig is inherently something that is imitating something. So by its nature and product, it is fake. And it is something that white people historically for hundreds of years within the upper classes have worn. Did you stand up in history class in secondary school and tell the white people to take off their wigs? Did you ever do that? Have you ever felt appalled when you have clearly had to go to court and encounter these people with their wigs on their head? Did you ever tell them to take off their wigs? Did you ever tell them to take off their fake wigs? A phrase that makes no sense. Did you ever tell them to do them something that? No, you did not. But you stood on a public platform that you know has loads of people watching, white, black, Chinese, Indian alike, and you felt that it was no way to speak that way there. And the reason why you felt no way to speak that way there is because we have this disease in the black community where men have this way of speaking about black women. Now, of course, I'm going to get a comment to say not all black men. Now, of course, we know that we're not dumb, and I must assume that you know that I'm not stupid as well. That, of course, it is not most men. It is just a minority of men. But it's an acceptance in our community that I don't see challenged as much as it really should be. It's an acceptance that I see much so within us than any other community, and that is where the problem is. The fact that this man never felt the disgrace within him inherently to say, may I go up on a public platform and talk them something that is indicative to something that is going on within the black community as a general thing. And we know certain things where we know statistically about how we do or what we might be doing. And the last thing that may I go touch upon is I've seen a few comments online where there is this idea or this implication that the man could be gay because he was in prison. No. Let's just make it very clear. He is a member of the 97% of men, because let's just remember that gay men make up 3% of the population. So he's actually part of the 97%, the supermajority. And as such, he represents what I know the supermajority to be like in the past. Let's be very clear. Black gay men have always stood behind black women. That is what I can tell you for free. Because when the black men are running up and down like, I don't know what to call it, like jackass in a pen, when the black men them are telling the lies when they're ready for tell, and when the black men are sitting down on public platforms and chatting black women so disparagingly in a way to disgrace their own self, without even acknowledgement of what they're doing to who they are and their entire being and their entire race and everything that they are a part of, as a criminal stood there looking like, I don't even want to call it, Jack in the Beanstalk, climb a mountain. Here we are in real life. But anyways, I sidetrack. Black gay men do not put down black women in that way. We stand behind them, we support them, and let me tell you something, we will fight for them, and we've been fighting for them. Black women and gay men have always historically been at the forefront of any fight that has taken place in any kind of public reality, whether it's soft resistance, medium, or they're hard, them dead in a real life, and they've been there as a factual point of historical fact that is evidenced. So you cannot sit down there and brandish this kind of behavior and kind of sidetrack it to suggest that because he's gay, that is what has led him to hate gay women. That is not a personality trait of gay men at all. Black gay men feel the most safest around black women, generally speaking. So you will not do that. Male-female hatred within the 97% of the heterosexual black men that exist is something that is real. Now, it's a small amount, obviously, of that 97%, thank God. But we know that it is an issue within our people there. We know that. So stop pretending like we're shocked. And what we need to call out is the fact that those black women had to be exposed to this crebe, we don't know what to call it, this old drag up boy will just come out of prison that serves no purpose, that can't offer a thing on a plate in real life, that has stories online that just disgrace who he is and his character, to sit down there and shout and holler like you have anything important to say, but here we are. The internet allows for all sides of digger people that have no sense in their brain, that would really self-confidently self-disgrace themselves on a public platform as a way like you think it is a good thing. I just saw the idiot in a one something talking about how watch the video. That's just all I'm going to say. You should watch the video. Because he confidently believes that he was triggered because he was allowed to be triggered. He confidently believes that his position is just a preference, it's just a preference. Well, if it was just a preference, you would create your preference out of your preference, not born through a retaliation to what you described it to be. I don't like black women because of these reasons. Well, that's not a preference. That is you saying, I don't like a particular group of people, so therefore I'm putting myself there. That is not a preference, my darling. Preferences would be something that is quite natural and innate. You have consciously, actively decided to make a decision that black people around you are not good enough for you based on reasons that is rooted in misogyny, rooted in white supremacy, and rooted in just basically dumbness. Excuse me. I wanted to do 3 minutes, 9 minutes in, here we are. Refuse to accept that anybody is truly shocked and surprised by what the one named Ginger J said about black women. Because since I know myself coming up, especially since secondary school, I have repeatedly, on numerous occasions, in multiple scenarios, unprovoked, heard black boys and black men repeat and talk the same thing what my Ginger J said. It's like the all of them come together and have meeting and have their words well put down.
Don't ramp with Marcus, you know. Don't ramp with Marcus. Honestly, guys, he kills me every single time. Bless you, Marcus. Bless you from my ends. Yes, people. So that is it for this week. We are going to take a 1-2 week sabbatical. And then we're going to be back in 2 weeks. I need to take some time out for different reasons, which will become clear to you guys. I'm going to share that with you guys. But yeah, we're not going to be on next week, and we're not going to be on the week after. That's 2 weeks, and then we'll probably be on the week after. That's 3 weeks. So yeah, bless up my people as always. Thank you guys for listening. And as I say, I shall be back in 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even sooner. But yeah, maybe on the 2 weeks. But let's see what happens anyway. Got a lot doing at the moment. Seller British says he's a duppy bat. He's a definition of despising men like him. He's an attention seeker. Thought he'd be rated for his chat. He's a nonny, mate. Slimy and drippy like a slug. Lord God. This guy, honestly. You know what upset me though is the fact that he continued. It was just like wrong and strong. Like he's put out some stuff today that really isn't going to serve him very well. It's awful. And it isn't about his preference. Nobody cares. Nobody definitely don't care about a man like him. You know, black women are not harking after him and dribbling and thinking, ooh, what a waste that he's not with any of us. No, not him. He doesn't come into those categories. You know, he's a total numpty. And I hope he gets his just desserts because he's not sorry. What he's doing is damage control because of the sheer backlash upon him. I mean, it must be awful. He's getting tagged everywhere. It's awful. People are calling for his head, literally. And let's just see what happens in the coming days and weeks, shall we? It's going to be very, very interesting. Guys, I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. His time is up sabbatical. Look out for the updates and posts on Instagram because they will be there. And I shall see you guys real soon. Blessed love, my people. Blessed love.